me if this sounds familiar. You're in a meeting about a project that is falling behind, and the person that you know to be the smartest person in the room is talking, but nobody's listening because they're actually coming across as very arrogant. The hardest working person in the team is getting very defensive to whatever that person is saying because they feel like their effort is not being recognized. And then the manager is getting more and more frustrated, trying to force a solution, and nobody's buying into their solution. Everyone in that room is intelligent. Everyone in that room is skilled, but yet absolutely nothing productive is happening. The meeting isn't failing because of lack of IQ. It is failing because of lack of EQ, emotional intelligence. And that single skill is the invisible force that determines whether a team or a project, succeeds or fails. Emotional intelligence is the most misunderstood skill in business. For decades, the business world has treated emotional intelligence, or EQ, as a soft skill, something nice to have but not essential. We're taught that when you're coming to work, just leave your emotions at the door and focus on productivity, data, logic. But that old method or model is actually very broken, because look at it. The workplace is not a machine. It's not robotic. It's a network of human beings. We come together in the workplace, and these humans have emotions. And emotional intelligence is not about, being nice, holding hands, making best friends, or singing kumbaya at work. It's the raw, practical ability to perceive, understand, and manage your own emotions, and also the ability to recognize and influence the emotions of others. Think of it as 4 key pillars. Self-awareness. Do you know what you're feeling, and why do I feel the way that I feel? Self-management. Can I control my impulses and react thoughtfully instead of emotionally? Social awareness. Can I accurately read the emotions of other people and understand what's really going on in a room? And relationship management. Can I use this awareness to build trust, resolve conflicts, and inspire action? When these 4 pillars are weak, productivity actually collapses. And then when they are strong, it skyrockets. Let's make this real. Imagine you open your inbox first thing in the morning, and there's a very blunt, critical email from a colleague questioning your work on a major project. The low EQ response would be immediate. Your heart is racing. Your face is getting hot and red. You feel attacked. You immediately, start hammering out a defensive reply, listing all the reasons why you're right and all the reasons why they are wrong. And then you hit reply all. Copy your managers, copy their managers. What's the productivity cost? Have you thought of that? You've just ignited a conflict that will now consume hours, possibly days of your time and your colleagues. It will require, clarification emails or meetings, create animosity, and derail the actual project work. High EQ response would be, you get the same email, you feel the same surge of anger. That's human and normal. But here's the difference. Self-awareness kicks in and you're like, wow, I'm really angry and defensive right now. Then self-management comes in and then you say, I'll not reply to this email for at least an hour. I'm going to take a walk. I'm going to get up and think about what the real issue is here. An hour later, when you read that email, you realize your colleague was not actually malicious. He was just probably stressed about a deadline and their tone was just very clumsy. You walk over to their desk or send a calm message saying, hey, read your email. Sounds like you have some valid concerns about, the project or the deadline. Can we chat for 10 minutes to align? Of course, we have some colleagues that are not reasonable. But then the result of that self-management is the issue is resolved in 10 minutes. The relationship is strengthened, not broken. The project moves forward, and this is the tangible bottom line ROI of emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence isn't just about individual interactions. It can also define the success of an entire company. Let's use this Microsoft turnaround as a corporate case study. Looking at Microsoft pre-2014, under the previous CEO, the culture was famously, competitive and confrontational. The different divisions were at war with each other, and it was a culture of know-it-all. The company was, brilliant, but it was stagnating. Then Satya Nadella took over as a CEO. And what was that one thing that he prioritized above every other thing? Empathy. He started talking about shifting from a know-it-all to a learn-it-all culture. It forced the warring Windows and Office division to collaborate. It also championed understanding the customer's needs with deep empathy. It didn't just change strategy. He engineered a company-wide upgrade in social awareness and relationship management. What was the result? Microsoft's market value increased by trillions of dollars. It became a hub of innovation. That wasn't just a business success. It was one of the greatest emotional intelligence success stories in corporate history. It proves that emotional intelligence scales from a single email to a global enterprise. Okay, let's bring it back to you. How can you start applying this even starting from tomorrow? Here are 3 simple, powerful hacks that you can apply to your day-to-day at work. Number 1, the 90-second rule. The famous neuroscientist Dr. Jill Bolte actually discovered that when an event triggers an emotional response, the chemical rush in your body actually lasts for only 90 seconds. After that, any remaining feeling is you consciously choosing to stay in that emotional loop. So the next time you feel a surge of anger or panic, just stop. Set a timer for 90 seconds. Breathe. Let the initial chemical reaction pass before you act. This is self-management in its peakest form. 2, listen to understand, not just to reply. In most meetings, we're really not listening. Have you noticed that? We're just waiting for our turn to talk, to prove our point. The next time in your meeting or in a discussion, just make your goal to simply understand the other person's perspective. Understand so well that you could argue it for them. Ask clarifying questions like, so if I'm hearing you correctly, your main concern is. That single shift actually de-escalates conflict and make people feel heard, which is the fastest way to build trust. Number 3, the next time you are giving feedback, give feedback with data, impact, and question. So giving critical feedback is a minefield. Everybody tries to avoid it. So instead of saying your report was confusing, which actually would trigger defensiveness, use this EQ focus framework. Data. I noticed in this report, the sales figures were listed on page 3, but the analysis was on page 10. This is a very objective fact, not a judgment. Then the impact. The impact was that I had trouble connecting the two and understanding the full picture. Now, this is your personal experience, not an accusation. Then here comes the question. Could we explore a way to integrate them more clearly or more closely next time? This opens a collaborative dialogue instead of shutting them down. Productivity isn't just about managing your time, it's about managing your energy and your interactions. The biggest drain on your energy at work isn't the work itself most times, but it's the friction, the misunderstanding, the conflict, the office politics. Emotional intelligence is the lubricant that reduces this friction. It's not a soft skill, it is a power skill of the 21st century. It's what allows your intelligence and hard work to actually translate into meaningful results at work. So I want you to think about your own work day. What is one small specific situation where you could apply, these EQ principles this week? Maybe it's pausing for 90 seconds or truly listening in your next team meeting. Let's make our workplace not just productive, but more human.